Now with 2 stuns, Crunch is an absolute beast. I had a few ideas and I was like, how can I make them work? And I think I have. Welcome to a Crunch Hero Deck and Guide. Amazon is the tried and true way of shopping for anything you need or want at the lowest prices. Support the channel at no cost to you by doing your Amazon shopping through the link in the video description. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hero Deck and Guide. I am Sylphin. We're taking a look here at some nice Crunch gameplay as well as a whole deck and guide. So what is this deck? Revolved around OPD Militia, Mana Generator, and being a tank at the exact same time. That's right. I was like, how can we make this work? And I think I have. I honestly think I have. So you start off in your right jungle camp, get that one, and head on over to steal the enemy's black. You get exoskeleton so that you can stay nice and healthy, and quick exit. It'll help you go back to your green shortly after this. Crunch is a boxer, and the first ability you get is his left crunch. What it does is it applies a cleave, bonus cleave. It's a cleave ability that deals massive damage in front of you, and when it's empowered, which is a thing we'll talk about later on, it deals an insane amount of damage. Just know that it's his big damage ability. Go back to base just to get health, and mainly just to get back to the map, but gain maximum health and mana as you use some abilities to clear that black camp as pretty much as almost as fast as you can. You come back to your strong side and clear this green camp. As you can see, I'm not killing those small minions as I want to use that cleave damage that we have. You get the green, you kill this small minion here, as that gives you level 3. Now that you've unlocked right crunch and forward crunch, you have all 3 abilities, green and full health, full mana, basically. So unfortunately this rampage here steals this buff from me. And I'm like, oh, rats. He was really close, and then my XSplit bugged because I wanted to do this a guide live, but I didn't. So it's bugged, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? This is what you're seeing here. After that first 3-minute rotation, you have to watch your minimap non-stop. Always watching your minimap. I see that they're putting heavy pressure down on my duo lane with the rampage there. You have to watch your minimap, help out your duo lane, gank your duo lane, and just see if any towers need help, or if, you know, there's any really good spots for you to be at. Now, the gem that we get as well, tier 1, is Onslaught, and what this does, reduce cooldowns by 0.2 when you land a basic attack. This amplifies your ultimate. You might be like, why does Crunch, why do you have that? He doesn't need, he has that already. It's because before level 5, you basically get your ultimate. You get your ultimate before level 5, at least for the cooldown department, and afterwards, it basically means you can spam left crunch as much as you want. Literally as much as you want. Now, put a point into agility, 1 obviously into intellect for your gem, and 1 into vitality to get the mother tree. Sustain is Crunch's thing. He needs time to deal his damage, both through his abilities, that combo and whatnot, and just to stay alive, so he can clear his jungle, stay healthy for his team. His forward crunch is an ability that where he dashes forward a medium range that enables you to escape, but also to engage, and that is a very important thing for you to know, because it can allow you to close the gap between somebody, but try to save it for an escape. You probably want to use it only if necessary, and as you can see here, I didn't necessarily use it on the Gideon, as I thought I could get close. I could, and I just forced him away. Now, his ultimate, now that we're level 5, you get to unlock his ultimate called Re-Crunch. Now what happens is, every 3rd ability that Crunches use that Crunch uses, it's empowered. And what that means is it basically becomes better than its original version. So when he uses an empowered left crunch, it just deals more damage. His right crunch is an ability that stuns on hit for 0.5 seconds and deals a moderate amount of damage. But when it's empowered, his right crunch is an uppercut that is an AoE stun. It's an AoE stun, and obviously I don't have to tell you how powerful that is. When you use an empowered forward crunch, what happens is you charge forward farther than you would before, but you also push enemy heroes that entire distance. Normally a forward crunch, once you reach an enemy hero, you stop, but when an empowered, you don't. Now here I join, and you can see the power of crunch. I try to go on the Muriel, but the Gideon ult doesn't seem to really do much of anything. And I'm like, there's my empowered right crunch to focus them down. You can see he is a beast, and as you can see here, I completely destroy the Muriel, as really there's no way she can get away with the micro stuns on our right crunch and just the damage that crunch can deal over time. Remember to always get your black buff, as that increased slow on hit just makes Crunch able to stick to targets, deal the damage that he can absolutely do over time. It is so strong. Now what we are doing is we are rushing Arcane Dancer, and I don't have it just yet, and that's why I also got Green Spring. I'm showing you Crunch in the jungle, but this deck also works in the solo lane. Basically, you get Exoskeleton followed by Green Spring, as obviously the Mother Tree won't do much for you. You can get it for the health regen and maximum mana. I mean, it's not really going to hurt you, but Green Spring would be just a little bit more important. You also get Growth Totem as fast as you can, and we're going to keep this on till basically the last few minutes, obviously till the very late game, as that power and health is exactly what we need. You can see here I'm going to use my forward crunch to get away. I unfortunately clipped on Rampage's big body, but you can use forward crunch to escape. Now I come over here for a gank, but unfortunately I get a little too focused, and Crunch, you don't want to be crowd controlled. Whenever you are engaging with Crunch, you kind of want to do it after the fact, because as you can see here, I get very low. A fantastic Gideon ult does end up saving, and then I wreck face. Like, look at this. Completely delete that. I try to use my uppercut, but I can't in time to keep them more controlled. The lesson here, don't get focused, don't get crowd controlled. Now, if you want to wonder why we got Onslaught, this is why. I get up here, uppercut to finish off the Sparrow. I'm focusing the next low target, the Gideon. I go over here, go my uppercut again to control the Muriel and Rampage so he can't stun me. We eliminate the Muriel just like that. Unfortunately, I get rocked, but they finish a complete team wipe besides that Shinbi in the mid lane, just like that. Crunch is a beast, and you just got to not be focused. Now, we did end up getting our Arcane Dancer, and why do we rush this? It may be a little bit weird, but two reasons. A whole bunch of reasons. One, you get a ton of power, 10 power. You get 205 max health for tank, exactly what you need to just sustain and deal that extra damage. Spell protection, even if you do sense you're going to get focused, there's a lot of abilities incoming, pop this, and basically ability damage, you can just ignore the whole thing. Also, what we get is damage reduction gem from getting Arcane Dancer. Reduce basic damage taken by 10%. You know how much basic armor you would need to equal 10% basic damage reduction? A ton. This gem is worth so much that once you get Arcane Dancer, you're an unstoppable beast. You really are an unstoppable beast. And what this combo allows you to do is go hard into agility, hard into intellect, and still curve. You are just curving right into this with Growth Totem, power and health every minute. Exactly what you need. An Arcane Dancer to give you all of the sustain and damage reduction again, so that you can be tanky. It's wonderful. What this does is it allows you time to get Cryo Agent and then OPD Militia. Now here's a lesson for this engagement. I sit here wailing on a Rampage during his ult. No. Everybody was focused diving my backline. I should have been helping them, or diving onto the Sparrow or their backline. You are, with this deck, you're a tank, so it's going to make them hard to deal with you, but you also deal a tremendous amount of damage. So you need to go on their Muriel, their Sparrow, their backline, and wreak havoc. This is why you get OPD Militia. Watch this. Yeah. OPD Militia is unbelievable, guys. It deals so much damage, and with Crunch, you're just an unstoppable force. Power, exactly what you want. Attack speed, it actually ends up going a long way, because you can actually, with that attack speed, actually use your basic attacks and not suffer, because a lot of the times you use your basic attacks, but it doesn't allow you to use your abilities. It does really suck. With that damage, we completely destroy that Rampage and Shinbi while they are crowd controlled, because that extra 120 ability damage on our every basic attack goes so far. It's absolutely insane. So with this combo right here, you have tremendous tank with Arcane Dancer and damage reduction, and OPD Militia with your onslaught and your abilities. It's non-stop just destruction. We get fast travel. Why? So that you can catch up to people. Crunch, he needs time again to do his thing, so that fast travel, you can actually just run straight up to people and they can't get away. Plus you have your forward Crunch. Really, there's no way somebody's getting away from you. It's phenomenal. It really is phenomenal. We get a prime, we take down this right inhibitor as their friendly team was pushing the mid lane. We destroy this inhibitor, and you also end up getting Mana Generator. Now with OPD Militia and Arcane Dancer, you're gonna have about 5. You're gonna have exactly 5 attribute points to get to Mana Generator. That's actually okay. Spend that 5,000 gold into agility to get Mana Generator, so you can basically spam OPD Militia almost as long as you want. So get that, and you are set. You're going to probably go, why not Mana Reactor? Well, it's because you almost don't need it on Crunch. You almost seriously don't need it. His mana costs were reduced in the latest in 44.3, and with Mana Generator, you do not need it. Plus, again, that damage reduction, that is worth so much. It enables you to take down carries, and later on when we add some more basic armor, I think it's honestly more valuable. Again, go onto high priority targets to force them to deal with you, or else you can obliterate their carry like I just did right there. It's absolutely insane. Once you get Mana Generator, go into Vitality to replace your Arcane Dancer with Unbroken Spirit. Unbroken Spirit kind of does the same thing, except when you actually get crowd controlled, you're reducing the damage from that with ability armor, but you also get that health back. It's just, in general, much better, and because there's so many stuns now, this is going to be really powerful. At this point, it's kind of up to you. You have this growth totem, you're going to scale infinitely into the late game, so it's kind of up to you. With the rest of this deck, that I'll show at the end of the video. You guys can go for Vengeful Mire for health and basic armor to help with that high carry damage, and also deals an AoE slow. You can go for Cryo Agent if you want to deal even more damage, which is just absolutely nuts. Every 2 seconds, 125 AoE damage. It's absolutely incredible. Here, I overstay my welcome, but as you can see, yes, there's a replay bug. We are super tanky. And one of the last plays of the game, I just wanted to show you because it's absolutely insane. There's unfortunately a replay bug, but I turn around onto the Sparrow and watch me completely delete her. Yes, completely delete her. Plus we are very, very tanky again with Unbroken Spirit and whatever you want here, either Vengeful Mire or Thunder Cleaver for power and basic armor with a damage reduction, damage return. It doesn't increase your tankiness, but when carries start hitting you and they're like, I'm taking more damage plus you're on them, it really ends up, it just helps you take them down so that they don't deal much damage to you. And there you guys go. Crunch. This deck it's ridiculous. You just have to be very careful with when you go in, and who you focus. Yes, you're tanky. You're not crazy tanky, but you're tanky enough so that if they don't deal with you going in on their backline, or obviously helping to peel for your allies, you're gonna do a lot. So there you guys go. Let's take a look at the deck. So again, here's the deck. Exoskeleton, you start off just for that incredible sustain, either in the solo lane or in the jungle. It's nice. You can stay healthy and you get to be there for your team and rotate and do other things. Mother Tree in the jungle, again, for that sustain. That's all Crunch needs. That's all he needs. He has damage in his kit. And, again, you're going into Vitality first, so you will be tanky. Flame Possession here is for when you transition to Arcane Dancer. You can get Growth Totem and Flame Possession. And I kind of just leave it if you need it or if not. Green Spring, especially for the solo lane, but also in the jungle, help you with that damage reduction and obviously that sustain. Growth Totem, this is a deck where you need it just to help you curve into Cryo Agent OPD. If you don't get it, you're going to be really weak as you go for the 8 and then 12 cost card here. So I highly recommend Growth Totem if you feel like you can get away without it and keep Flame Possession instead, so be it. Arcane Dancer, this is the card that does it all. Power, health, reduce ability damage by 85%, plus you get the damage reduction gem as you get it. This is the whole crux. This allows you to be a beast as fast as possible and then curve into ridiculous damage. You get Cryo Agent as you get knowledge and agility, and then transition into OPD Militia. You go into more agility to get Mana Generator, so you can use OP Militia as long as you want, and then Vitality to replace Arcane Dancer with Unbroken Spirit. That provides you the crazy insane tank that you really need. At that point, you have Unbroken Spirit, a Growth Totem that's totally grown up the wazoo, and your OPD Militia with Mana Generator, fast travel, damage reduction, and damage return, and quick exit, and of course your Onslaught. So you can basically spam left crunch as much as you want. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And then it's up to you whether you want Vengeful Mire for max health basic armor, or you want some damage instead of that health for Thunder Cleaver and a burst active, or if you really want to go for one of the tribe, to go one of the tribe Unbroken Spirit and OPD Militia. It's crazy, guys. This deck, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's different, but you know what? It works for very specific heroes. So there you guys go. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I love Crunch. Patreon allows creators to offer their fans a way of supporting them and what they do. With flexible and painless payment options, anyone can support their creator for as little as $1 a month. If you would like to help me do what I love, check out the link in the video description to learn more. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it, share it with the community. Of course, guys, subscribe. If you guys like this content, especially if you found it useful. subscribe so I can do it for you in the future. I got a lot of stuff coming in the end of November and December here. This 44.3 has really inspired me to do a lot, so please do that. Of course, check the video description for it, links to my website, Version Store, and Amazon affiliate link, as well as all of my social media right here. Till next time, like always, guys, stay optimistic and positive.